Hello and welcome to my very first YouTube video in so long. It's been about a year since I posted anything here, so I'm really jazzed to be back and also to be talking to you today about one of my favorite topics, which is goal setting. And I wanted to just share with you a little bit more about why I love this process instead of, writing resolutions, what this process means to me, and then of course what I learned about goal setting and planning during the 2020 pandemic and how I have and am shifting my process and shifting my expectations as, the pandemic continues on. And then I'm also going to share with you some practices that you can use to really get inspired and motivated to create your own positive transformation in your life. So I hope that this video serves you and inspires you. And if you're looking for some flow and fun and just some freedom in your goal setting process, then stick around. Okay, so welcome back. Let's just get right into it. So what is goal setting? Why do I love it so much? How is it different from a resolution? For me, goal setting is really about creating a vision. If I can have anything, and I can, what would that be? It can be anything from the type of woman that I want to show up in this world as and the qualities that I want to embody. And it can also be something like an experience or a trip or an experience of family or career-related goals, whatever the case may be. I mean, it could even be, how do I dress and wear my hair, and how do I speak, and what kind of people am I surrounded by? Really, when you're doing this process, for me, it's about getting in alignment with this energy that just feels so juicy and so good, and it's just an excitement. It just feels like everything is electric and anything is possible, and it's true, anything is possible. And you want to just really allow yourself to just enjoy that energy and sit in that excitement. And once you get there, you can spend some time there and just sort of jot down anything that comes to your mind. If you are doing it at the start of a new year, you can really just say, okay, like, what do I want to accomplish this year? Who am I going to be this time in, 2022? I actually have a notebook, because I have notebooks for everything. I have, my 2021 goals, and some of these are really bold, and they seem almost like, oh my God, I don't know if that's even possible. But you know what? Writing it down makes it possible. You're pulling it out of the ether and putting it into physical form just by writing it down and just by feeding it with your energy and with your thoughts. It's like when you're matching your thoughts with this really heightened energy, there's some sort of magic that happens. How is that different from setting resolution? Writing resolution to me has this connotation like, I resolve to not have sugar. I resolve to be this person. There's something about the word, there's something about the experience of it that makes me feel like I have to. And for me personally, anytime my body or spirit or soul feels that it has to do something and it doesn't have a choice, it doesn't want to do the thing. Even if that thing is something that I know is good for me, it doesn't want to do it if I'm telling myself I have to. And so when you're creating goals, don't do it from a place of I should or I have to or like, No, you want to do it from a place of, oh my God, that's actually exciting. And if it's not exciting to you to think about losing 3 pounds or toning up or not eating sugar, don't put that on your goal. I used to want to stop eating sugar, and I tried to do it a few times and I hated it. It was miserable, and that's not on here. That is not on this list. Quitting sugar is not something I care about trying right now. Is it something that I know is good for me? Yes. Is it something that eventually I would like to explore again? Yes. But I'm gonna do it when it feels right for me and when my body and my mind and my soul are ready for that and motivated to do it for the right reasons. Now I want to talk to you a little bit about how my goal setting process has shifted during the 2020 into 2021 pandemic. I had seen a meme at one point that said like, 2020, the biggest wasted purchase of the year was a planner. And of course I had to laugh, but I'm the type of girl I have another planner somewhere. Oh, so I have this planner, I have this planner, I have a calendar on my wall, I have notebooks with my goals, another notebook with my goals. Like, I am a little bit out of control maybe you could say, with my planners. So it was definitely a challenge last year to be faced with these external circumstances that forced me to realize that any control that I thought I had was really just an illusion this entire time. It really, really changed the way I think about my goals in, I think, a healthy way. When I was creating my goals before, even though I was still getting in touch with that really excited energy in the beginning when I would make my goals, as I was going through the process of taking the day-to-day actions or the month-to-month actions or the week-to-week actions to sort of move myself forward, if I fell short of whatever benchmark I had set, which I started to realize my benchmarks were really, really sometimes excessively high, if I felt short of those, I would then make up these stories that like, I'm not good enough, of course I'm never gonna make my goals, I'm lazy, I'm this, I'm that. I mean, it was a little bit out of control. But what the pandemic and the lockdowns had forced me to do is to slow way the F down. That is not the most important thing, right? Like, I have so much to be grateful for in this moment. I have my health, I have my family, I have love in my heart. Like, these are things that are important. Every goal that I'm going to create is going to come from that place, and I'm going to prioritize those things. You know, I'm going to prioritize my health and my family and all of that, and the goals will come when they come. Prior to the pandemic, when I would go about setting my goals, I did it from much more of, I would say, like a masculine energy. So I was very much driven, you know, go, 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 by like the brute force of my will to get things done, and I would really just push. You get a lot done from that energy, and that energy is important and all of that, but I leaned really heavily into that. And so what the pandemic and lockdown experience has really taught me is to lean more into the divine feminine. And for me, when I'm in alignment with that energy, it's much more about feeling abundant and safe and centered in my body and having like boundaries and sort of prioritizing my, you know, physical, mental, spiritual, emotional well-being, and taking rest and doing all of those things, and still saying yes to goals and still going after my goals, but doing so from a healthy place that knows and is grounded in my worth as I am, right? Like that key mind shift hack or difference is knowing like these goals are not to make me lovable, they're not to make me happy, they're not to make me shit. Excuse my language. I am those things already. I bring those things every single day, and I'm going to take care of, protect, and covet those things within me right now as I'm continuing to expand and open and move forward toward those goals. To me, that energy, that divine feminine energy, is flexible, fluid, is able to sort of go with the flow. Flow is a huge word for me right now. Like the timing, I guess, would be the other big lesson I have. There's a difference between divine timing and my timing. And oh God, this is a lesson that I am learning right now. It's just coming up for me right now. I noticed last year, like I did make a lot of progress toward my goals, and I made a lot of breakthrough shifts, which were beautiful for me. They might not have happened when I had them in my planner to happen. I might have said I was gonna start the blog in February and it didn't happen until October, but it was perfect. It was better than I could have anticipated because I was more prepared, I was more open and increased and just ready for it when it happened, and all the other pieces started to line up that wouldn't have been in alignment if I had done it in February. So I've learned with my goal setting, like, yes, you're going to move forward toward your goals, and you're going to, I are going to just relax into the divine timing, into the divine feminine energy, and allowing ourselves to go with the flow and to be in communication with ourselves about our word to ourselves. So if I said, you know, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z, and then I'm noticing that it's for whatever reason not working for me, whatever I've chosen to do, I'm going to communicate that with myself and not make up a story that I'm not good enough or lazy or can't reach this goal. No, I'm just going to say objectively, okay, this isn't working to move the needle forward for me on this goal. I'm not feeling connected to this right now. It's just not working. Okay, what can I do differently? And to just be in constant communication with myself, constantly open to shifting and changing my path toward my goals. So with all of that being said, I want to walk you through a little bit about what I do to get jazzed and excited about my goals for the year coming up, and I hope that this really inspires you. Take what's useful, leave the rest behind, and let's just get started. So I showed you already that I have quite a few planners. This is something for me that just feels good. If it doesn't feel good for you, then don't do this. But I love these planners from Erin Condren. This is mine from last year. I just love them because you could set your big intentions for the year here, which I didn't do that here. I did it in a different journal. And then for each month, there's like the monthly calendar, and then you have your monthly goals and things like that. And then for each day, or for each week rather, you can like go hour by hour by hour. The real reason I love this is because this is like a collage, and I picked all of these photographs off of Pinterest. They're really, to me, symbolize things that I'm desiring to manifest in the year, things that just really feel really good for me to see. And I'm such a visual person. I know last year I had like a whole wall behind me that was just a collage wall that I made because I just love seeing images that represent the things that I'm desiring to create in my life. And so this does that. I also use these same photographs and put them as the desktop background on my laptop. So again, I'm just seeing them constantly and getting really excited about manifesting what these photos represent to me. And then the other thing that I like to do is create a vision board. You can go back, I'll link to my vision board wall video that I made last year. But if you don't have a whole wall to do, I mean, making a vision board on a poster board is beautiful, especially if you can involve, you know, your loved ones with this or your friends, really collaborating together on what you are excited about creating is just such a beautiful process. And again, having something visual that you can hang up to look at throughout the year is just a really positive reminder of where you're going and what you want to cultivate and create going forward. I wrote down a series of words here of things that, can't really see, this says love here, but like just different words that I want to really pay attention to this year and embody the qualities and the feelings that they represent. I wrote a little bit about this on an Instagram post, so you could check that out if you follow me there as well. But again, just reminding myself of like, I want to cultivate play this year. I want to take myself a little less seriously and just enjoy the journey. You know what I'm saying? And I really want to, again, focus on family and creativity and creating a sense of home in myself wherever I go. And then of course, love, because obviously that's the best stuff in life. Doing things like this, whichever feel good to you, really help me get into an energy space of creation and abundance and joy and feeling deserving. I like to just write down my big picture goals for the year. And then what I do after that is I go a little bit smaller. So again, I'll link this video below. I think one of the last videos I had made was like going from a 5-year, 3-year, 1-year plan. And so once you have that 1-year plan, you can then chunk it down even further into a 12-week year. When you're looking at an entire year, that chunk of time for us, for our human brains, it just feels like a long time. And it's easy to just make these big goals and then sort of forget about them and put them in a drawer, set them aside. But if you do like a 12-week year, it's actually really soon. It's 3 months away. And so if you have, you know, these big goals for 2021, what would you want to get done in the next 3 months to move the needle forward or to move yourself forward toward that goal? And I love this process. Okay, and so the next part, this is, I think, my favorite part of this whole process, and that is writing about who you're going to be 12 weeks from now and writing down your goals for 12 weeks from now. So what I like to do is I'll jot down a couple goals and then I will just get into creative flow and just say, I am blank. So you're writing about all of these things as if it is happening now. You're writing about it as if you are describing your life now, and you're feeling those feelings as if it's already happening in this moment right now. And it's so beautiful and so juicy and so fun. You can be writing about anything from your career to your relationships to the way you're wearing your hair or pets that you have, whatever it is that you're really lit up to actually have in your life in 12 weeks. And because 12 weeks comes really fast. So from there, once you've written out your 12-week plan, then what you can do is, as you're going through and you're writing down your goals for the month of February, for the month of March, and you're writing down the different things that you want to prioritize for the month, you can touch base with that 12-week plan and say, okay, if I want to achieve X, Y, or Z in 12 weeks, what would I be achieving this month to push myself forward so that that's a reality? And so from there, you're setting your goals from that place. And then when it comes time to your weekly goals, you can revisit your monthly goals and say, if I'm achieving this month, what am I doing this week? What am I doing today? And so something that I'm going to be doing going forward, which I haven't yet done this consistently yet, but I would like to incorporate this into my morning routine going forward, is revisiting that 12-week plan, that I am manifestation 12-week beautiful journal entry daily before my meditation. And then when I'm in meditation, sort of just simmering in that beauty, simmering and visualizing who I am in 12 weeks from now. And then when I come out of that meditation, then I'm going to just write my monthly goals again. And I'm going to write my monthly goals every single day so that they're fresh and top of mind. And then I'm going to write my top 3 goals for that day. So you revisit your 12-week plan, you sit in meditation, you're feeling really good, you're feeling that positive energy. Then what you're going to do is write down your goals for the month based on that 12-week plan. And then from there, you write, okay, today's top 3. These are the 3 most important things I can do today to move myself forward toward those monthly goals, and then ultimately to those 12-week goals, so that by the end of this year, I've achieved those things that I want. This is not now an excuse for you to go do at the expense of yourself. It is really just a way to get back in touch with motivation and inspiration, and really giving yourself permission to reimagine your life despite what's happening outside of you. So obviously we know that there are circumstances beyond our control at all times. This is just something that we can return to and use as a touchstone to come back to that creative energy, to come back to that source of inspiration. Because at the end of the day, even if you achieve like a little sliver of those big daydreams, like you've moved your life forward, and you're probably feeling really good if those goals were genuine and really lit you up. So I hope that this serves you. I hope that this inspires and motivates you. And if you don't do this, find something that works for you. Find something that really just lights you up and helps you to reconnect with your joy and your wonder and play. And so let me know below which of these practices are your favorite. And if you haven't, hit subscribe, like this video if you found it useful, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.